What up everyone, it's your boy Xmanny87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse exclusive Fan Vote 2020 Silk action figure review. Before I get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's take a look at Silk. So to start things off on how this all started, back in February at New York Toy Fair, Hasbro announced that they would be doing another Fan Vote poll. They gave us 3 variant figures to choose from between Silk, Lady Sif, and Elektra. The difference between this fan vote poll and the previous ones in the past is that in the past, the losers would always end up getting a figure made. This one, the losers will not get a figure made whatsoever. And they also wanted to release it a lot earlier, as previous fan vote winners always took about 12 to 18 months approximately for a release. They wanted to get this out between 6 to 8 months. Again, they made it clear that those figures that did not win will never get a figure made in that design. Let's see if they keep their word on it. I still think they're going to be released somehow. Now with that out of the way, I'll give you guys a heads up that my Silk has quite a few cosmetic issues going on, so let's take a close look. Taking a close look at Silk, there's this big chunk of paint missing at the top of her mask on her right side. So yeah, that bothers me a lot. It's the same figure as the one that came in the Space Venom wave, so I don't even think there's much of a difference in the paint sculpt. And I'll bring the other one in a few right here. But yeah, I mean, the eyes pretty much look the same, as you can see. You know, maybe they're a bit wider on this one. They're like a lot more open, whereas this one is not as wide open. But yeah, I always thought this one looks like a Latina chick, you know, and not really Asian. This one, I just think she still looks like a Latina chick, so, you know, I was hoping like a more Asian look, kind of like the Psylocke figure, but, you know, they kept with the same head sculpt, and yeah, painting is the same as far as like the blue shading on the hair. One thing that's also annoying is that there's this slight gap right there at the corner of her hairline. Another thing I also noticed is that the previous one has the face mask fully painted, so it covers her chin, whereas this one does not. It, you know, her chin is exposed, so yeah, I prefer this look so much more. As for the rest of the body, this new one is in a white deco instead of the gray right here. You know, same design on the top and on the front, but it changes right here at the hips. So as you can see, the spider legs crawling down to the hips, it stops right there at the side of her hip. And then this one, it goes down on the front of her thighs to her inner thighs, and it kind of wraps around and stops right there at the back of her thighs. Now, another bummer is that when I turn this around, the old one has the design on the back fully painted. This one, there is no paint whatsoever. Like, what the hell, man? What the hell? And the upper torso looks the same, but when you turn it around, this one has a peg hole, whereas the previous one didn't. So I do not like that peg hole on the back, and that was the Songbird one. But I mean, it's covered with her hair, so it won't be that big of a deal. But the lack of paint, man, just come on. That's just not... it's not cool. The previous one had the index and middle finger painted in red on her hands. This one has all her fingertips painted in red. And as you know, Silk shoots out her webbing with these 2 front fingers right here. So I don't know why they decided to just change it all the way. Maybe there was an adjustment to the costume, but yeah, I just prefer this much more. And yeah, it goes the same with the alternate hands, and I'll show you that in a minute. They all have the red fingertips. And as far as the feet goes, besides the paint, the design is different. So there's an angle on the previous one pointed towards the toes, and she has gray on the soles and on the heels. This one, it's more flat, painted in white. The soles are not painted in white, it's all black, and the heels are in white. And as far as the paint job, yeah, it's not really good. You could see that there's the white that's supposed to come from the top legs right here of the spider. It's just, yeah, interferes with the red cobweb right there. And it gets very, very fuzzy around here. It's just not clean. It's not smooth. It looks smeared. There's like extra paint drip on her belly right there. So, I don't know if that came from the courtesy of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but yeah, the rest is just, it looks like the plastic right there is kind of burnt, so It's just ugly looking right there. And on the feet, as you can see, it's sloppy right there. And on the heels, you know, it's not that bad. But for accessories, she has 2 close-fisted hands. She has 2 Peter Parker pleasure holding hands. And she has 2 wall-crawling stylized hands. Then she has this cool webbing effect, which came with the Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman. So this fits Silk perfectly since she shoots the webs out of her fingertips. And this looks real good. And then on the other side, you can see her thumb right there painted in red. That's funny because the Julia Carpenter hands are in all white. So I would never have thought that this was, you know, part of the hand. I thought it was part of the webbing, but yeah, I'd see what they did right there. She comes with a face mask that wraps around her neck, and this is to display the alternate head option, so you could just plug that in like so. Now here's taking a look at the 2 alt heads side by side, and this one is lighter in skin tone. This one's a little bit darker. I don't know which one I like more. Anyways, if you don't like this one, you can always put this head on this one. So, and one thing that sucks, which I gotta say, is that FedEx delivered my package completely destroyed. That's what happens when the blister card of the packaging is pressed against, you know, any part of the figure. It can do this much damage, and that really sucks. I tried heating it up so maybe it would come back to its normal form, but you know, after a few days, still nothing. So yeah, I'll try to contact Hasbro Post for a replacement, and it's just a bummer that happened. And now to put the normal head back on, what the bruh. Oh, this review's over. Sorry guys, I'm done. And now to wrap things up, any figure that breaks on me gets a final rating of 0 out of 10. Total caca! Caca is worse than trash. Sorry guys, can't take any photos of her since she got all Gwen Stacy on me. I did take a pic of the old one back when it came out, but hopefully I can get a replacement so I can take some pics of this new one. Anyways, a broken neck is not cool. Having the neck peg just snap off on top of the cosmetic issues I already had made me extremely frustrated. Hasbro, I know you are listening. I know you watch my channel. Please don't rush a fan vote next time. It wasn't necessary. When you rush, you mess up, and it shows here. Not the Silk figure we asked for, but we were forced to vote for. I personally wanted the Silk in the all webbing costume. This is good for those that missed out on Silk the first time, which she went for $80+ on the aftermarket for a bit. So at least those of you who got another chance, hope you were able to secure this one and hope you don't have any issues with it. I can only speak for what I have in hand. Only new thing about this besides the paint deco is the webbing accessory that came with the Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman. If you have the old one, I don't find it necessary to buy this one unless you really love the character or you are a completist. Now I kick it back to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Which version of Silk you would have preferred? Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, link is in the description below, and I'm now on Twitter. Check out my website to purchase dioramas and props at shopxmanny87.com. Also follow the Instagram page for it, I'll have a link in the description below. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next review. Peace.